to decide what's normal behavior, and the rest of us just have to try to fit in. And I found that out on my first corporate job. Like, I used to be a teacher for 15 years, which really fits my values, but it was just too hard because schools are so underfunded, and it's just hard work. And if you lose your stapler, you don't get another one because your stapler budget has been exhausted. And it got to me after 15 years, and I longed for a different kind of life. I wanted to push pencils and shuffle paper. I wanted to work somewhere with marble floors and Murano glass and a supply closet. So I landed a job for a financial service company in King of Prussia, and I thought it was going to be smooth sailing. But it wasn't, because I didn't fit in. I actually got in trouble for wearing orange. I got called into HR, and the HR lady, Nancy, she said, "This is a conservative company. We wear taupe and navy." Which does not look good on olive-skinned people. So that is a subtle form of racism. I wear jewel tones. And she said, and you know, if you're open to some feedback, curly hair is frivolous. Like, she said, put your hair in a bun, and these like big earrings, like they're just slutty and ethnic. Like you have to, she didn't say that, but that was the, you have to wear like little button earrings. And so I was trying to fit in, and my boss was a vice president, and he looked the part. He had, you know, wispy hair and wore khaki, and you know, he was one of these bottom line people who spoke entirely in sports metaphors. And you know, it's like, you know, like it's like we gotta go hit this one out of the park. Like, we need a hat trick. Well, I don't follow sports, so I would answer with literary allusions. Like I'm on it, like Troilus is on Cressida. So we didn't communicate well, and he told me, I have to put the mic down because I need my hands. He told me, he said, "Margie, are you open to feedback? Like, do I look like I want feedback?" I'm like, "What is it, Bill?" He goes, "People don't take you seriously." And so he sent me to presentation skills training, and what they taught me was keep your gestures in the gesture box. Because if you do this, like, you look out of control. Just, you know, and I'm like, but like, this is like how ethnic people, you know, talk. Like, it's what, but I tried to fit in, you know. So when it was my turn to do my presentation in the class, I went up and I was like, "Our new product is going to be huge." We're poised for a really, the sky's the limit. So I was going along, but it came to a boil when I realized I can change my style, but I can't change my values. And what happened was, there were two business units in this company. There were software developers, and there was a call center. And the software developers were white men, and they drove like Ford Escalades and Denali's, and the call center were black women who came to work on the 125 bus. And corporate decided to lay off all the black people, or to, you know, spin off the call center. So in essence, lay off all the black people. And so I was like, I can't. So I went up to my boss, and I wanted my job, and I said, "Bill, can I give you some feedback? You just fired all the black people." And he said, "Margie, I'm colorblind." I'm like, "Well, let me be your seeing eye dog. Everybody here is white. Like, who's going to do the wobble at the Christmas party?" And he's like, "I don't care if you're green, yellow, purple. You know, I need somebody I'm comfortable with." Because when you're the guy in power, you get to make that demand. You don't get to think about how uncomfortable it is for other people. And I'm like, "Bill, you're not comfortable with people who do this." You know, and so, you you know, I didn't want to lose my job, and nobody wants to be called a racist, so I'm like, Bill, I get it, I do, you're not a racist. I understand it's hard to find women and minorities who look and act just like white men. And the next day, I got called into HR, and I was fired, which is okay, because now I work for the city, and I teach diversity.